Well, hello there. How you doing? How's it going? It's Patricia Ann Landon Regali, Chief Little Flower, coming at you from, a Truman Show. What's up, Truman? Where targeted individuals are perused, exploited, placed on display beyond our knowledge and awareness, but where other targeted individuals, Kiwi Farms, have become snuff films. At the time of this recording, it is October 25, 2024. So, I'm like, okay, it is October 25, 2024, and, Halloween is coming up, and I remember being a kid, high schooler, man, I always been trick-or-treating. I never saw it as being, outgrowing it. I always had a spirit for it, and however now I don't know what to think about Halloween anymore. I never thought I'd come to a day and age where I would be like, well, when I was a kid, or things were so much more safe when I was a child. But damn, I have to say that X generation is probably one of the generations that really had been able to enjoy how would you call it, just a wholesome time, pre cell phones, pre all of this technology, because I feel like the tech has also amped up the playing field. But during the more charming times of society, and now that we have all of this sacrifice culture going on and all, and just, I guess, just a booming of people doing spell work and such, I wouldn't take a child trick-or-treating, and so what Houston did back, I grew up in the Woodlands, Texas, on the outskirts of it, in Timber Lakes, Timber Ridge, and over there in Panther Creek, the shopping area, little shopping village, what they started to do was do trick-or-treating for children, for Halloween. So you'd actually have a safe place for the children to go trick-or-treating, so all of the businesses would provide that. But, now you have to stop and consider how businesses roll over and allow the gang stalking to roost on their property and on their premises. So if you have businesses selling out their integrity, then you have to realize that these people that gang stalk, they're out for blood. And when I say blood, I mean blood. So, and especially if you have a business enterprise, allow the roosting of the gang stalkers where food is sold, and these gang stalkers are out for blood, I wouldn't doubt for a second that these proprietors would set up a gang-stalked individual and sell poisoned food to them. That's the whole point of gang stalking, is to cash out people. So guys, whenever you think about taking your kid for trick-or-treating, it's not so much that you have to look out for candy and you have look out for razor blades and candy or apples and such. You have to look out for spell work being attached to that candy. And of course, for those that don't believe in it, that's cool. But it's a different day and age. And it's so weird to say that, because I never thought I'd get to a grown plateau in my longevity to be like, well, times are different. I'm like, bitch, times are different. This is the end times. The end times where we have a satanic sacrifice culture, which is all of this gang stalking, which is meant to cash out people. But I will say this. From a spiritual standpoint, whenever I left Houston, I made a vow to myself to never be scared, never be frightened. I'm like, why? Because I knew in my heart, and I had a visit with myself regarding it. God will never put anything more on your plate that you cannot handle. I promise that. But would it feel like zero, like it was sunshine and rainbows? Oh, hell no. I just knew that if God allowed me to go through this, He's going to equip me with everything I need to go through it, and that I will make it through. So whatever you're fighting, whatever it is that you're going through, it could be a messy relationship, friendship with a friend you thought that was your friend, or find out that your significant other has never been quite loyal or faithful. You can get through that. It becomes now a question of, what is it I'm supposed to learn from this? And all of my gallivants of being a targeted individual, I always prayed, God, since I'm in the valley, let me learn everything I can from this. Because I knew it wouldn't last, and I for as hell sure knew that God would never put anything more on my plate that I could not handle. It didn't feel like it, but since I was dealing with it, I knew I would be able to overcome, override, and conquer, and still kept the happiness in my heart and the hope for humanity. Although it didn't look good at times, but it's a Truman Show, honey. They sell out. I say they, the opposition, the gang stalkers, that have those who want to cash you out. The guys with the big bucks, they throw money at people near you to get them to forsake you. So everybody who took payment on soliciting me for intel to give up to the gang stalkers, fuck you. I still love you. And for everybody that took bribes on my ass when I trusted you, fuck you. I still love you. Now I'm talking about those ones in Houston and otherwise. Y'all put me through the ringer. So if you haven't reported all of the dastardly deeds, I would get on that if I were you, because you don't want to get sideswiped and have your avatar kicked out from underneath you, because you will end up in the lake of fire because you sold out people to get cash, sold out people so they could die. Now, whether or not you realize it at the time, that's neither here nor there. You partook in Auschwitz 2.0. So I would get right with myself if I were you. Not so much for me, but for yourselves. Because I know where I'm headed. And God's got my number. And He's going to restore everything like He did for Job to me. But He does work through the will of people. So if you're called to maintain your own salvation, and it happens to benefit me, I would appreciate it. But suffice enough to say, if you're struggling with it, God's never going to put anything on your plate that you can't handle. I mean, but you did throw yourself into the line of fire, really, by accepting bribes, by accepting payment to come sideways at the detriment of somebody. But I just want to say, all hope is not lost. I mean, of course, if you don't do a damn thing, then you choose to be carried by 6 instead of judged by 12. I do want to say that you're not the only one, honey. This is Satan's greatest plan to take out as many humans as he can. So don't feel so bad that you were duped into it, that you jumped in it with both feet. I mean, do feel bad that you did do the deeds, but don't feel bad that you're not the only one. So, unless, of course, you decide not to do a damn thing about it, but go turn yourself in, report it. You know, tell the truth, as prescribed in other videos. Not going to rehash it now, but you can do it. You can do it. And like I said, you're not the only one. But if you do square up and tell the truth and all of that, you would be the only one of the only ones right now, and it'll make you a fucking hero, a prodigal child that became a hero. And you can do that. But I just wanted to say that whatever it is that you're facing in life, you're meant to conquer it. Because God's not going to put more on your plate that you couldn't handle. And so that's what often gets me through my hardships, is that I know for damn sure God would never allow me to go through all of this if I couldn't handle it. But it will feel like you're being torn from limb, and it will take the necessary strides to readjust your perspective and recalibrate your personal philosophies. But you can do it. And at the end of that excursion, you become a champion. And once you become a champion, you can help up others to help them become champions and leave the wickedness behind. You can do it. We're meant to overcome. This is a school. Earth is a school, hon. So we all were karmics at one time. We all were in our south node before we made it to our north node. It is the path and the journey to arise, to ascend, to get from one point to the other. So don't feel so bad, but feel horrible if you choose not to tell the truth. But if you do, just know your salvation has been maintained, but you got to live by that. Because at the end of our timelines here, it is escaping the lake of fire that we want to override. And the only way to do it is to tell the truth and stand by it. But you can do it. And watch out, y'all. Just watch out for Halloween. And if you go trick-or-treating, try to take your kids to like community places. You know, that's what I did with my kids when they were little. But then we still went to houses too, so I don't think I'd go to houses anymore. It's the spell work I'd be looking out for. But yeah, whatever it is you're going through, just know that God would never put it on your plate if you couldn't handle it. It may feel like it's handling you, but that's just part of the process. So just take heart and keep on keeping on. One foot in front of the other. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. So happy Friday, happy Saturday by the time you get this. And I'm wishing well for everybody, and even for all the karmics and witches, to shift gears, hit reset, get right with yourself, stay the track, and bring some souls with you. But until next time, have a good one, y'all. Peace out. Bye for now.